neither of us had gone to the convention like looking
Right.
for a partner. So we just had stayed in contact as friends. But then when we met up, it was like,
Yeah.
I like this one.
Hey everyone, I'm Alex and I help shy, introverted nerds get over their fears and anxieties to find their player too. Today I bring you Bimini and Riv, and we're going to talk about how they ended up together. The idea is to address some of your questions, dispel some myths, and hear about the many different ways that nerds can find real relationships. Guys, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much for having us.
So we met at the Toronto Fan Expo recently, and I had a very short reel with you guys, which everybody loved. And so I just wanted to have you guys again to share your story. So just to get started, what makes you guys nerds?
I think the love of anime that we have. I played D&D for a long period of time. Oh man, other layers of geekdom.
Right. Yeah.
Cosplay, obviously.
Cosplay.
Cosplay competition.
Yes. And then you're kind of more bigger into gaming, and then I was more like I did a lot of Marvel and superhero stuff too growing up. So
I mean, if people didn't realize already by your cosplays, like you're pretty big nerds already. Awesome. So where does your story start?
So we first met at London Comic-Con last year, after actually at the London Hazbin sing-along when we were the Hazbin characters we are now. I'm Charlie from Hazbin Hotel. She's the main character.
And I'm Alistair. Pleasure to be meeting all of you.
So we met at the sing-along but couldn't really talk because at the sing-along event, you're just singing along. Mm-hmm. And then at the cosplay competition, there's a lot of standing in line, taking pictures with everybody, chatting.
Yeah, you got to kill some time. Like it was a big year. So there was, I think, 40 contestants. So
at least
you do 2 to 5 minutes each, and it can be quite a lot of idle time. So
I wanted a picture with the tall Alistair because he was masterclass competitor and I was in beginner level.
Was that because of his cosplay or what caught your attention?
Well, he was the only Alistair to come up when we did the Hazbin sing-along, so that caught my attention because he was just very theatrical and that stood out. But then also he has just a very, very well done masterclass cosplay. And I really wanted a picture with him being just the baby level that I was at the time. So I was like, could I please have a picture, sir?
Rave, do you even remember this?
So I do remember not as much detail as she did for this part. I do remember a little bit about like kind of the first interaction. Because, I was, at least from where I was sitting and where I was singing in the sing-along, I couldn't see if there were any Alistairs behind me. I just knew I was the only one that came up to the front. Well, I don't remember a lot because it's a sing-along, and I know it's like a karaoke where there's like the actual song is playing over, but I'm not super confident with like the singing kind of aspect. So I was nervous enough, but I still do remember her Charlie standing out. Just the different details and elements of it were unique. And then obviously she was also the cutest Charlie up there because I think there was about 4 of them, 4 or 5 maybe. And I do remember that when we were doing a sing-off in the song. She was the only Charlie that came to my side of the like line for like singing against the other team. So yeah, I do remember some little details there. But again, it was kind of busy and I was very nervous. It wasn't until she came back at the stage for a picture. I was like, yes, I was kind of hoping to like at least say hi and chat a little bit afterwards.
Did you say that?
Not at the time, no.
Okay.
It was probably something a lot more simple, like, oh, hi, you were great at the sing-along, and, sure, I'd love to take a picture with you, but I don't think I said much more than that, to be honest.
Right. So basically, you guys have like this short interaction. That's it. You go do your own thing afterwards. Then there's a competition.
Mhm.
And after the competition, Bimini, you approach him, right? For the photo?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. And how did that go? Like you got the photo. Did you ask for an Instagram? Like what happened?
Yep. So I followed him on Instagram, and I only had originally the Saturday ticket because I wanted to do the cosplay competition. But then I knew he was going to be there for the Sunday, so I bought the Sunday ticket to come back to see him. And I did come back, really excited to see him. And I didn't think he was very excited to see me, to be honest, but I was still like really excited to see him. I didn't care.
What makes you say that?
Pardon?
What makes you say that?
You'll find out in a second.
Oh,
why.
there was a bit of a swing and a miss to it.
There was a lot of swings and a lot of misses.
So I went up and I was really excited, and I went to go take a picture of him in his cosplay, but has a mask. And I guess he was excited to see me at first, but one of my friends was standing behind me, and he mistook my friend from boyfriend. So it took the wind out of his sails for that day. So he didn't really want to hang out too much when I came back on the Sunday. And I just explained to him later on that that was not my boyfriend.
Some people call it a handler.
Right, exactly,
Yeah.
which my brain didn't do because my brain went, oh, yeah, she's really pretty. Of course she's taken, right? So that dreaded curse.
So we had to meet up again later on. But I did come back for the Sunday. I did get to meet him again and take pictures with him.
Yeah.
But it was a cute, quick meetup.
Yeah, it was brief and a little confusing, but I mean, we did message at the end of the night and didn't clear up everything, but at least we were a little bit on the same page by the end, like, because nobody knew exactly why the other person was like, "Aw." So and kind of.
So both of you were disappointed.
We were both disappointed, yeah, and then nobody wanted to just, I guess, again, being new, and nobody wanted to outright ask the exact reason or the exact question.
But like, Riv, did you know that she bought the ticket to go and see you? I mean, that's
no. This was she told me that after we were officially a couple, I believe.
Months, yeah.
Yeah, it was a couple months in. She told me that story.
So let me get this straight. So, you guys, she approaches you to get a photo because of your cosplay. You chat a bit, and you mentioned that you're gonna be there the next day. Without, like, she asks you on Instagram, but without telling you anything, she goes, buys a ticket just to see you. But you didn't know this, and she goes with a friend, and you're like, oh, she has a boyfriend. Duh. And you're like, okay, I don't care anymore. And she was like, he doesn't care. I need to buy an extra ticket to come and see him.
I mean, that's kind of it. Yeah, that sounds about right.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
To her credit, she did try to drop some hints, like over social media.
Afterwards.
I mean, yeah, like wanting to be like,
I offered to help him like with his makeup and things.
Yeah,
and like
it was not this good.
Oh, that's okay. I know somebody who helps with makeup, and I was like, oh, okay, no problem then.
When was that? Was that the Saturday or the Sunday?
This was Saturday night when we were both back home. We messaged a little bit on social media, and yeah, that didn't tip me off.
Yeah, because he was like, "Oh, I don't want to waste your product. It's okay. I know somebody else," and I'm like, "No problem."
Right.
But meanwhile, you were buying tickets for the next day.
Right. Yeah, she was buying a ticket for the next day. Now, it didn't do probably all she was hoping. It did it was still excited that she was wanting to help and talk. So I wasn't going to just go to the con and just bump into her by chance. I was also looking for her because of this, but I didn't get the other subtle hints because when friend came up behind, I didn't have enough like know or assumption to be like, friend, handler. It was just like, oh no, boyfriend. Okay.
Yep.
That sucks.
What other hints were you giving him, Bimini?
Like if he was gonna come up so he does like jujitsu as one of his sports. If he was like going to come up for like jujitsu in my city for one of the tournaments.
Right, that was also around that, like a week or two later.
Yeah, and he's like, maybe, I don't know. And I was like, okay, well, dang, 'cause I know my friends are competing in it because I used to do the same sport, but I don't anymore. I was like, never mind then. But he's like, well, I might come through like on a different weekend. I'm like, okay, let me know. But, yeah. We had a bunch of like interests, but trying to find days that they would like work together.
Right.
But
still at this point, Riv thinking you had a boyfriend.
No. At that point, you knew that I didn't.
So
I dispelled the illusion very quick about the.
She did. It was a few days after the convention, I believe, that the illusion was fixed. And then it was just all on me working up like the courage to be like, okay, maybe I have a shot.
Okay.
So, that was addressed, and we had a laugh over it. I don't remember if it was a phone call or if it was just texting, but we did clear that up a few days after the fact. But yeah.
Do you remember how you cleared it up? Like, did you straight up ask her, like, do you have a boyfriend? Or was it like, oh, who was that person with you?
I believe we were talking about the convention, and then I was like, oh, friend. And then that's when she kind of went, yeah, not boyfriend. So, it was kind of like in sharing our stories from the convention, I kind of gathered enough info to to kind of be like, oh wait, he's not this, and she's like, no, and I'm like, oh well, that would have made things a lot easier on Sunday if I had known that, the backstory.
Yep. So basically, Bimini, you were like giving hints and stuff, and he was kind of like not giving you much. I mean, I don't know if picking up or not, but at least not reciprocating. What happened like after the con? Like you guys kept in touch? You stayed chatting? What happened?
Yeah, so we stayed chatting because like I just thought that you were a cool person because like you're a masterclass cosplayer. We both like go camping, like similar places, do the same sports, things like that. So we have like a bunch of overlapping other hobbies. So we just stayed like in contact as friends. We weren't necessarily like either looking like for a partner. It just was like, oh, this like Hazbin cosplayer that did really well like during the event. We were sending each other videos from the sing-along and from the competition. We just stayed in contact over that, and then like trying for like the competition to come up here. But I was kind of like, he's kind of cute. But neither of us had gone to the convention like looking
right
for a partner, so we just had stayed in contact as friends. But then when we met up, it was like, I like this one.
And like, she got to see what was under all of this, because it's a lot of makeup, and I don't look anything like this. I typically have a beard, so.
Yeah, I think I saw a picture of you maybe like on your Instagram or somewhere. I think, and I was like, who's that one?
Yeah.
It's interesting. Like sometimes when I talk to single people, right? They're like, well, like and this is mostly guys because that's what guys are told usually. It's if you're a friend, then there's no attraction, and that's it, right? And I keep insisting like those are two different variables. You can be friends with someone you're attracted to and still want to be friends and not date. And sounds like that's what was going on for you guys. It's like, yes, I'm attracted to this person. I also think they're cool. Let's be friends. I like them, but we're friends.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Like I just thought that like you were just a cool person, and then the more we got to know each other, I was like, oh, I like you, and then once we met up, like you also liked me, so it worked out.
Like
But no,
Riv,
yeah.
Riv, were you expecting for something to happen, or were you like, let's just be friends and whatever happens? I think she's cute, but
I want to say in my mind and maybe kind of like in the background, when I was conversing and we're talking about things, and I was, I guess, in the back of my mind, kind of making a bit of a profile, like in terms of would she make like a good girlfriend, kind of like I was and partner, like I wasn't like, that wasn't directing my focus, but when we were hitting it off on some topics, I thought like this is a pretty cool person. I could see myself, getting to know them better and maybe moving in that direction, like as we chatted along and we're sharing things. So it wasn't what was driving me, but it kind of became, I guess, like a bit of a side uh, focus, like a little bit later on in our talks.
yeah, I think that's the main thing, right? It's like it's something on the side, which would be like a nice to have. It's like, oh, I like this person. We're friends. That's awesome. Maybe there's like, I wouldn't mind if, like something happened. It sounds like that's kind of where things were.
Yes, that sounds like it too. Yep.
So you guys kept only chatting through Instagram? Was it like maybe a couple messages a day or something? Like,
Yeah.
And for how long did that keep going?
Like a month before we met.
I think so.
Like again in person, yeah.
Yeah. It was like 3 weeks to a month before we met again in person, and there was quite a bit of chatting. Again, the weeks, like during the week, was a little bit like more like, there'd be some messages back and forth, kind of after dinner, and then maybe on the weekends there'd be a little bit more during the day. But there was for sure, I would for sure say we had several back and forths a day, kind of like, yeah.
So after like 3 weeks or a month, what happened?
He said that he was going to come up for the jiu-jitsu tournament.
Right.
And then
okay.
Right. Yeah.
We went for a lunch for our first date.
Was that a date?
Yes.
Romantic date?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. How did you know? Like, because so far it was like friendship. What was the change?
That's a good question.
I think I just directly asked you, like, does this count as a date?
Right, but was that...
I'm neurodivergent, so sometimes I'm just very blunt, and I'll just directly ask the thing. And I think that was one of those times I just directly asked, like,
right. I think you were at least kind on my soul and asked me that, like, by text after. I could be wrong about that.
No, I think I asked it in advance.
Was it in okay, because I don't remember using the word date at all. Because I was just nervous. And I was like, this has all the framework of a date. I didn't use the word, at least not off the bat, just because of the nerves. But
who invited?
She invited, because I had been coming up for the tournament.
Okay. And when you invited him, he said, you want to go for lunch. You didn't say, want to go on a date.
Maybe not initially, but yeah, like you said, I think you did ask after.
Well, because at first, when I first found out about it, it was only maybe like a week after we met at the convention. So I was just like, do you want to just go for a lunch after the tournament? And then when he later on, weeks later, was like, actually, I'm going to come up. I was like, do you still want to go for lunch? I didn't change it to be like, do you want to go for a date now? I just was like, do you still want to go for lunch?
Right.
And after he said yes, like as it got closer, I was like, just to check, is this a date now? And it's okay if you don't remember it.
No, that might have clicked. That might have clicked a little bit there.
Like things have changed. Is this a date now?
And the answer was yes, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Cool. But like, that's really cool because like up to this point, like you guys were just friends, and then Bimini, you want to be like, okay, I want to like let's get together and stuff. And it's like, but I would like it to be a date, so let's just make sure. And maybe that's the point where it switched to okay, more than that.
Yeah.
Cool. So how did the date go?
Quite well.
Yeah, it went very well. Like, at least from like my point of view, it didn't feel like the initial like awkward, like, hi, here, let me get your chair. Like, that didn't really seem to go for that long. And then before we were kind of like actually conversing, and yeah, it went really well.
Flowed quite naturally, and then yeah, it was right into just like topics about like conventions we've gone to, with like the cosplays we were working on, different things that like we'd watched, seen, like recommending to each other.
Yes.
So like, I went home with like a list of like 5 different things, but like I need to go watch this, so that way I have references of like all the characters that he has of cosplays, because I don't understand them, but these are his main cosplays. Okay. Who's Tanjiro? Who is this guy with the skull mask? Who's this? I gotta know. So I sped watched some anime after that. Yeah.
Finding someone who will do homework for you is actually quite an achievement, man. Awesome. So, it sounds so. You guys just had lunch. That was it.
We had lunch. We walked down in a local park.
Yeah. So we did a walk in the park, and then after we walked like the trail, we sat on the bench and kept talking. It just like I'll be honest, like we met for like a 1:00 lunch, and the day just like flew by. Like, yeah, like I think by the time like it wasn't that we were like, and which is kind of odd for me, because I can talk, I can engage in a conversation, but I'll run out of like things to like initiate topics with fairly quick. She's really good at like adding on and keeping it going, but usually once I run out of certain things, I kind of start to slow down. So having her to kind of keep that going helped. And I'm not kidding when I said like it was like dark out before, like it was the day ending that ended the date. It wasn't the fact that we were like, okay, I've had enough for now, I'll talk to you later. Like, yeah,
I'll call you.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. So like one of the common things that is told as like, oh, the perfect date is like it has to be like 3 different places and no more than 90 minutes, because then most of the times when I hear stories like here in the podcast, it's like, oh, the date was like 3 hours long, 6 hours long, it was like super long, and it's like every time it's like, and it's not even something exciting. It's like, yeah, we went for lunch.
Right.
Yeah.
And we just clicked. So if you don't have to answer if you don't want to, but like, did that date end with a kiss or no kiss? You just went home. What happened? Because there's often the question of like, oh, kiss on the first date or not.
It ended with a hug.
A hug, yeah, just a hug, I think.
Cool. I like that.
Yeah.
And then, so you had a great time. You spent like pretty much the whole day, gave a hug, see ya. And then what happened?
I guess the 2 things kind of for me the 3 things was at the end of like the date, I got a hug, and then you asked me to like message you when I got home, and then when I did message, I remember like when I was typing out, regaling some of the excitement of the day, like, thank you so much for a wonderful day. I made it home safely. It was just praising the time we got to spend, because it wasn't really nice. So yeah.
But again, there was no chat of like, we're dating now or anything. It's just things continue as friends. Or not.
Not that night.
Yeah.
Maybe like later in that week.
For sure, later in the week, it was heavily implied.
I feel like by the first week, I was already asking, like, are we dating? I think we're dating, right?
Yeah, it was the dating, and then we...
you were asking.
Right.
Yeah.
We were asking, like, are we dating? And then I believe also either the day or shortly after, we also asked, like, are we, like, exclusively dating? Because that's...
Because some people don't see them as like the same thing. Like you can date multiple people at once,
right?
But like, and we were like, are we just dating each other though? Like, just like,
is it
double check?
Yeah, are we exclusively dating each other, or is just to clarify? Because again, it's
don't want to hurt anyone's feelings.
Yeah.
This is after the first date and with only just a hug.
Yeah.
Cool. I love
it. I guess,
the reason I love it is because, like, much of the discourse is like puts a lot of pressure on, like, you have to have a kiss on the first date because otherwise lots of, like, the world ends, right? It's chaos, cataclysm. And, like, you don't have to, you can just say it, you can just start. In your case, I don't know if you guys were just texting it, like, hey, are we dating? And it's like, yes, no. Like, I don't know if it was a phone call, video call or not, but regardless. Right, it's like you guys start as friends. Bimini, you invited him for lunch, and you're like, just to check, are we doing this as a date? Yes, cool, had a great time. Okay, hug, bye. And then it's like, are we dating? Are we exclusive? Yeah, okay, cool, moving on.
Yeah,
it doesn't have to be that complicated.
Yeah, I'm a direct person, as I said, so I like to just be like on the phone call, like, just to check. By the way, that has been a few days.
Mm-hmm.
We're dating. Exclusively dating. Yep. Okay, cool.
Which again, I do appreciate. Like,
can't hurt anyone's feelings.
Yeah. I appreciate the directness.
And so afterwards, how long was it until your second date?
3 weeks.
3 weeks?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was early October and then
end of numbers. She's got the numbers right, everything. Yeah.
Yes, she is.
So at this point, like, you guys were already a couple and you just kept chatting. What was the second date?
Touring more of the city that I live in, for just like a day.
Yeah, we did brunch, and then and then we toured around. Yes.
Yeah. So I tried to show you more of like the natural landscape.
Mm-hmm.
We did like a little foraging, I think.
Yep. Yeah, because I've been to the city here, like, but not to like explore, just for like business or work or whatever. So, because I'm from like a small like farm town, so coming here is bigger city, and there's a lot more.
You're a small town boy.
Yeah. So she showed me around a bit more as well.
Yeah.
Because the place much better.
In this case, like, Riv, you went exclusively for the date, I'm guessing.
I don't know if I I don't know. I think you knew, but I was passing through for something else, but I left a day early to have a day with her, as opposed to just coming for brunch, having to leave by a certain time to then make it the rest of the way by nightfall, kind of. I came in like a day early to spend extra time with her.
Right. And the idea to have the date, was it again Bimini, or did you suggest it?
That one was his idea back before the jiu-jitsu one, when you finally accepted that.
Right.
Because you had mentioned that you couldn't do the tournament, but
our second date was supposed to be the first date. because I knew for sure I was passing at that point, and then something else came up earlier, and that became the first date.
Yes.
Right.
So
Awesome.
she was responsible for like the tour guiding and like the sightseeing and all that lovely stuff. I guess technically speaking, the actual the time and day would have been set by me in advance, but yeah.
Yeah. Cool. And I'm guessing on the second date, you guys did kiss. I'm guessing since you already knew.
Yes. Yeah.
Like our third date, you were like asking, like, can I introduce you to people as my girlfriend?
Yes. Yeah.
So by that point,
how long did that pass? How long passed between the second and third date? Like, how did that play out?
Was that a month later?
Yeah, maybe a month. I think.
Okay, so
yeah, I think it was somewhere around a month. Yeah.
Yeah, but like because November-ish.
Yeah, and then that was again almost like hanging out. I think after the second date, I think it was like every other weekend we had something going at that point. So it was a lot more frequent. And like more time together, more getting to talk in person versus just over messages and stuff. And I think it was that's what it was. Yep.
So I'm curious, like, because it was like a month between like the first couple of times that you guys met, and it's often hard for people to sort of like keep the conversation going for that long, right? Both to keep the conversation going so that either side doesn't get bored, and also like the anxiety of like, did they respond? Like, am I getting ghosted? Like all those feelings, right? How did you guys deal with those issues? Because like usually what happens is people like text a lot and then conversations naturally just die down. It wasn't your case.
I guess just I mean, one, we were talking about, I think, things that kind of like like our builds and things, which are open ended, like they're not kind of done, and even when they are, you start something new. So it did give you something to always talk about or to update, kind of. And then I think well, I mean, at some point it would have had to have been both of us choosing to want to keep talking to the other person, like even if things were like for a day or two, maybe like quieter, like maybe just like, hi, how's it going? Did you have a good day? And then, maybe it didn't like turn into like 50, 80 messages back and forth. Like it was just, it was like 6 or 10 that day, right? But it was the want to keep talking and keep messaging. Even when it did get quiet, it was like, I don't want to just ghost and stuff. I want to keep talking to this one. So
Bimini, from your side?
Yeah, and I'd say the same thing. And like at first, because like we had collaborative things back and forth, like your radio show and whatnot.
Yeah.
And like so he's a master cosplayer, like I said. So I wanted you to like not think that I was just a baby cosplayer, and I wanted him to see that I had other skills. So I was like, I'm gonna show him that I can do sound editing and other things, and he'll think that I'm really cool if I do that. So I was like, how did you like my editing and things, if you like didn't reply for like a day? And then he'd be like, it was great actually, and he'd have like a whole paragraph response, and I'd be like, oh, I was hoping you'd just say cool or like awesome, but oh, okay, he really likes it. Oh my gosh. But yeah, working on just stuff that was together, or like he offered to teach me how to sew because my sewing was abysmal back then. So he offered to teach me some skills that I didn't have in exchange for like makeup skills.
Right. That I don't have.
Yeah. So we were both just like excited to teach each other things that neither had. So trying to set up times as well in the future to be like, I can't wait to teach you how to do your makeup. And
yeah.
I can't wait.
Right. That's a good point. It was in the kind of the midst of like wanting to talk to each other and wanting to keep the conversation going. We planned things ahead, like, you know, and not like things that would like necessarily like lock you in. Like, it's not like we're like, oh, in like 6 months there's a convention and we both have to spend, you know, at least 500 to like for tickets and hotels and stuff, and now we're locked in. It wasn't that. It was like, hey, there's, you know, there's a festival like this weekend on the Saturday. You know, would you be interested in coming down for even the day, or I think the weekend, or like however it ended up working, so that we would go do that. Like, so we had it planned, you know, every few weeks we have like a little incentive to kind of meet up, but then we also had our things that we were going to do and teach each other in person as well.
So that's already when you were already dating.
Yeah, this would have been after the second for sure.
No, like from the convention onward.
Oh,
like,
sorry. Yeah.
Like,
right. No, you're right. Yep.
Like, yeah. No, because I wanted
like from the convention.
Oh yeah, no. But even from when we started dating, I was still wanting to learn off. I still want to learn off of you. Like, we just put the sewing machine up, so there's more sewing machine time.
You know, I was thinking before we started recording, like as I was thinking about this interview, and like in the surveys that I did, both in Mexico City and in Toronto, every couple who met at a con were cosplayers. And to me, it just makes sense, right? It's like and I try to highlight that every time I talk about like the results of the survey. It's not that cons just work. It's that cons are a place where people who share the same passion get together.
Right.
And it's clear from you guys that like the why that is, right? It's like two cosplayers met and then they were talking about cosplaying. and that's how they kept the conversation going.
Right, because there's
a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
Whether it's fandoms that overlap, or like skills that you have or don't have, or like conventions you're going to.
Right, even your plans of what you're building, because I mean, cosplayers are a little bit insane. Like, we've always got way too many projects on the burner. Like, it's like, you got to finish this one, but I got 3 more I want to start.
Yes.
So
I hear the same thing from, actually, everyone with any hobby has that. Like, gamers have like all the games that they bought and never played. Warhammer have the Great Pile of Shame. Book hoarders or dragons, however you want to call them, have TBR piles. So I think it's a very common issue that most nerds have with whatever it is that they like.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, absolutely. Cool. Look, guys, this was amazing. Is there anything that you would like to share with like single nerds, or that we haven't mentioned about your story that we didn't get to touch on?
I think if you see somebody that you want to talk to at a convention, always just, you have a chance to go up and politely. You always have a chance to shoot your shot, say hello, ask to take a picture with them, continue a conversation. You never know where it'll go, but sometimes it'll go great places.
In your case, the conversation kept going through Instagram, not in person.
Right, just because of location.
Yeah. All I'm saying is, like, you don't have to have the pressure of it's now or never.
Right. Yep.
Yeah. Awesome, guys. This has been amazing. And for everyone watching and listening, if you have any questions for them or for past or future guests, let me know in the comments, or send me an email at dm@datelikeanerd.com, or social media @datelikeanerd. And if you have questions for them, then maybe we can bring them back and they can answer. So
awesome. Thank you.
Take care, continue playing, and guys, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Take care.